Dominic Cummings was brutally lambasted as hell-bent and childish by politicians from the Conservative and Labour Party following a bombshell interview with the BBC's Laura Kuntzberg. Speaking to Politics Live on Tuesday, Conservative MP for Bournemouth West Conor Burns and Canterbury Labour MP Rosie Duffield collectively slammed Dominic Cummings following a devastating series of allegations made in a new interview. Speaking to the BBC's Laura Kuntzberg, the former aide to Boris Johnson claims the Prime Minister joked that elderly people could get COVID and live longer, and that he did not buy the fact the NHS would not be able to cope with the influx of coronavirus patients. The devastating claims were branded as desperate attempts at revenge but also horrific if they turn out to be true. Conor Burns launched a heavy rebuttal of Mr. Cummings' comments surrounding Mr. Johnson and how he has run the country throughout the pandemic. The Tory MP said, "Dom is hell-bent on revenge and he is operating to the law of diminishing returns. He is saying the same thing over and over again. We had what felt like 3 days of evidence at the Science and Health Joint Select Committee. I feel very sad about this." He made an enormous contribution to the Brexit campaign and the 2019 general election. But he is clearly determined to do the Prime Minister harm. He went on to draw similarities between Mr. Cummings' actions and the style in which former Deputy Prime Minister Geoffrey Howe stepped down following Ms. Thatcher's position on Europe. Burns said, "I watched the snippets last night and I couldn't help but think of what Margaret Thatcher said of Geoffrey Howe's resignation statement. Wielding the knife, cleverly, too cleverly, that in the end, it wasn't my record he assassinated his own character." Labour MP Rosie Duffield agreed, adding, "It is pretty sordid, isn't it, and very, very childish, and I am not entirely sure what Mr. Cummings is after. But if there is any truth to what he is saying, that is also really shocking." Ms. Duffield added, "I hope it isn't true. I hope the Prime Minister doesn't just have a completely callous disregard for all of the thousands of people in that age group who we have lost during this pandemic. Because that is really quite horrific if he does."